Hi, my name is Poeartistry. I am excited to welcome you to James Poeartistry Productions. You are tuning into an incredible experience known as Poeartistry Gold, where we delve into the art of commentary, storytelling and poetry. We aim to bring you inspiring and thought-provoking content.
This is a Poeartistry Gold moment by the author James Lynch.
Hello, Perceptive Reader. This is James Lynch, and welcome to this Poeartistry Gold number 77. And I want to talk about reasonableness. The reasonableness of mind, it actually shows sanity with it. When someone says that, yes, you are a reasonable person, it doesn't mean you are a pushover. But you realize different people actually have capabilities, disciplines in this area and that area. And I want to describe it sometimes as what we use for personalities. We say people even have different personalities that can be described as shrubbery or vegetation. Like this person may be actually some type of powerful redwood tree or oak tree, while this other individual in another area may be a flower, and several different types of flowers, of personalities, of people, and things of that nature, and they're made that way. And you're reasonable in accepting, as some people have been talking about here lately, tolerant. And I don't mean tolerant as far as, oh my goodness, I'm going to grit my teeth putting up with this person or that person. But no, you're actually just socially tolerant. And so everybody's not going to be the same. That's showing reasonableness. The opposite of that is being unreasonable. And this is something that people of faith run into at times when they have actually dedicated large sums of their life towards spiritual knowledge and adjusting their personality and things of that nature. Guess what? The scripture actually does come true. It's proven true where Jesus said, with God, all things are possible. With God, all things is possible, are possible. And see, and that's what the shepherds, even in the church, see their responsibilities and things of that nature. This is what they realize. So even though in the secondary and educational world, they are mentioning aspects about a person, their personality, what they've been through their life, and things of that nature. And just looking at it through even a regular chemical, yeah, and just through a regular logical way and odds, that basically it's almost like before that somebody would be struck by lightning not once but even twice before that person's personality would ever change or whatever it is that they were struggling with. See, that's the way humans look at the impossibility of people adjusting their life and becoming better persons, kicking old habits and addictions. In other words, the basic thing that since it's so impossible overall for many people, then that's the way they will even treat you as well. And it will justify at times you not even receiving basic humanitarian type care because they don't look at you as being worth it in the first place, or even services. See, God's house is not like that though. It's not like that. It's not even supposed to be like that. So that's why a person can come from any background in life, and that statement about what Jesus said when he said, come to me, all of you who are toiling and loaded down. you see. And that loaded down means a variety of experiences in life, you see, not just the 9 to 5 job, but a variety of experiences in life. And what did Jesus say to those persons? He said, I will refresh you. And then through his different sermons, he mentioned how he would do it. He mentioned encouraging events. And then he also displayed his great power to heal physically, which also healed persons spiritually. And that's the mindset that he has continued to give his disciples and his shepherds to be in that mode. It is in a mode that, yes, in general, persons, secular wise, business and even law enforcement and things of that nature and defense, it's like, as you like to use the expression, they say, look, I don't have the option or the luxury to function in that way. And people realize that. And yet that's why I'm telling you, that goes to show you the difference of still the way that God had even set up his church in the first place. The church will put up with personality conflicts and struggles and addictions of persons at times on the level that no other sector of society will put up with. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that no sector of society dictates to the different individuals or shepherds in the church who they should, do this or do that. Now, you can always make your argument, and say, look, this person needs help or what have you. But all the same, it is still, as you heard from some of my other podcasts, there are jurisdictions and authority that God has given the church, and also see secular authorities as well. And so they're really not supposed to, try to bogart or strong arm one another. You see what I'm saying? Overthrowing governments or overthrowing the church. It's not supposed to be like that either way. So with that being said, you understand these matters and you're reasonable. You also are reasonable that after persons have went into a discipline in one area or the other area, then you don't try to keep drumming up situations to actually move them from one discipline to the other. For example, you can have a person who is good in certain fields. You can have a person who is expert, or you can have a person who, once again, have always learned what they just needed to do in this way or that way so that they could keep it moving, as the expression goes, keep it moving, and then continue to focus on what they want to focus on in life, to take care of themselves. And if they have family, to take care of their family. And so, that person may be, again, the first one to tell you, I'm asking you to do this for me so that you can cut out or even help in a very fast way me to solve this bigger problem that I have. And then it's vice versa. It works both ways. You actually still have some individuals at times where they continue to just throw accusations at a person in this way or that way. They will make themselves in competition with a person, and that person ain't a bit more in competition with them at all. And it's a shame that it's still allowed to go on forever, when it not only hurts that person, but everybody involved that may be in connection with that person. See, I always say there comes a time where the people who are rubbing elbows with an individual who has really basically have really just continued to, I like to use the term bully some other individual in this way or that way. And it doesn't matter how flowery their personality is. the actions are very, once again, harsh when it goes on to a prolonged degree. And the point is, according to their own projections and even according to their own philosophy, they'll say, well, this person isn't sound in this way or that way, or what have you. So that's why they would never even want that person to even be in a simple managerial position, when at the same time, the reality of the matter is, different people have different gifts and skills to do on certain jobs and be competent at it. And there are aspects of spirituality that make people good at what they do. And then there's been others who have browbeated them so much at times that the very good information, the very uplifting education that they receive, education for even a type of a new world, was looked down upon because they couldn't do a calculus equation. Now, is that reasonable? What is that really showing? See, spirituality continues to teach you how to view people and to know when you're actually encroaching upon somebody else's rights. A person may not only not have those skills in this way or that way because, one, what? Their background. Two, because their interest just wasn't there in the first place. But their interest still took them in other areas of life that if certain people would just leave them alone, they have already proven they've done a lot, you see, for communities, etc. That's why their attention came to certain ones and certain authority and high levels in the first place. And so to sit up there and continue to try to tear that person down, you see, for the abundance of good of what they do, because they don't know how to do all this other stuff, what is that still saying about the mental psyche of that person? No matter how well dressed, how well spoken it is, that is a very concerning situation to be in. And see, and that's why I told you the difference today between, persons who would say, well, I don't have their options or that luxury to treat people in this way or that way. And that's when I tell you, that's why you still have the foundation of the churches that people are able to learn from and enjoy and do those things in that area that maybe your occupation just are not able to do. You see? This was a Poeartistry Gold moment. Have a very wonderful day.